Ready? Start. Learned counsel for the respondent contends that the disclosure as made by the petitioner on field verification was not found to be correct in accordance with the norms prescribed, namely that the date of the advertisement was 26/10/2011. The application was filed admittedly by the petitioner on 22/11/2011. The status of the account as reflected in the application was not in conformity with either of these two dates. Consequently, the figure reflected as on 16/11/2011 was a wrong figure which could not be taken into consideration. It was a deviation which had resulted in incorrect employment of the petitioner. He submits that this incorrect information, even if allowed the petitioner to be interviewed, was subject to field verification as per the brochure that has been observed by Oil Corporation while rejecting the application and also cancelling the candidature of the petitioner. Having heard learned counsel for the parties and after perusal of the record, we find that the respondent number 1 was appointed in the institution on the post of clerk in the year 1983 on consolidated monthly salary. The appointment was made for a period of 1 year on probation. Respondent number 1 was appointed on an application moved by him on 15/7/1983. It is apparent from the appointment letter dated 29/8/1983 that the post in question was not advertised nor any selection committee was constituted for appointment. Respondent number 1, Rakesh Kumar Gupta, was appointed by the management on the application given by him as there were no rules for appointment on the post of clerk in the institution. The rules 1984 came into force with effect from 19/1/1985 with prospective effect. No retrospective effect can be given to the said rules, and hence the same would have no effect on the appointment made on 29/8/1983. So far as the termination of services of the respondent number 1 is concerned, no prior approval was required from the District Basic Education Officer Moradabad for the reason that the services were not governed by the rules 1984. Moreover, respondent number 1 was never confirmed on the post of clerk. He was on probation from August 1983 till November 1985 when his services were terminated by the management. We also find it relevant to note that the respondent number 1 did not raise any grievance from November 1985 till the year 1999, nor he was ever reinstated. In the year 1999, when the institution came in grant in aid list of the state government, the respondent number 1 woke up from deep slumber and moved an application on 30/3/1999 for his reinstatement. The District Basic Education Officer Moradabad erred in law directing the reinstatement of the respondent number 1 White order dated 19/5/1999. The District Basic Education Officer Moradabad has no authority in law to direct the management appellant to permit the respondent number 1 to resume his duty as he had remained out of service for a period of about 14 years. The lack of any valid explanation for this long delay shows that respondent number 1 had abandoned his services. There was thus no justification for the district basic education officer Muradabad to pass orders dated 19/5/1999 on the application moved by the respondent number 1. So far as special appeal filed by Uma Shankar Sharma is concerned, it may be noted that he was appointed by the Committee of Management in the year 1987. He was working in the institution when it was brought into grant in aid list of the state government. He further continued on the post of clerk on the basis of interim order passed by this court on 2/9/1999 in writ petition number 37539 of 1999. The writ petition was filed with the prayer to quash the order dated 12/8/1999 passed by the District Basic Education Officer Muradabad and consequential order dated 18/8/1999 passed by the management of the institution. By the order dated 12/8/1999, District Basic Education Officer Muradabad had rejected the representation of Uma Shankar Sharma on the ground that post in question was not vacant since the question of continuance of Rakesh Kumar Gupta was subject matter of consideration in the civil suit filed by him. The record reveals that civil suit number 137 of 1988 was filed by Rakesh Kumar Gupta in forma pauperis for payment of salary. The termination order was not challenged and no relief had been sought for reinstatement. The suit was dismissed by the Court of Small Causes, Muradabad. The date of dismissal of the suit is not on record. However, it is admitted by the respondent number 1 that writ petition was filed by him after dismissal of the suit. On the aforesaid discussion, we find that Sri Rakesh Kumar Gupta had lost his right to be allowed to join and for payment of salary when the institution came in grant in aid list, as he remained out of employment and did not submit any valid explanation for a long time of 14 years in seeking relief against the order of termination and for his reinstatement. Source 3P Legal RHC exercise number 22. Words are 827 and speed is 100.